question number 4 of problem set 3, you can see here O is the center of the circle and AB and AC are the tangents drawn to the circle. What we have to prove is quadrilateral ABOC is a square, okay, which is very easy. So let us start. You can see I can write segment AB is equal to segment AC. Why are they equal? Because they are tangent segments drawn from external point. Okay. Now, therefore, segment AB equals to segment AC, and now also segment OB is equal to segment OC. Why? Because they are radii of same circle. Okay. So now if you observe this angle B and C will be 90 degrees. Okay. So we'll write one more important information given here is length AB is equal to R. Okay. So from 1 and 2. Okay. I'll write here length AB equals to R. This is given and this I'll name point number 3. So from 1 and 2 and 3. OB is equal to OC equals to AB equals to AC. Okay, this is from 1, 2 and 3. Okay, from 1, 2 and 3 we have OB equals to OC equals to AB equals to AC. Now if this we are getting, it means this quadrilateral is a rhombus. All sides are equal, so quadrilateral OCAB is a rhombus. But we have to prove that it is a square. Very simple. If you have any one of the angle of a rhombus as 90 degree, it means all the angles are 90 degree. Okay. So we just have to prove one of the angle is 90 degree. I can write angle OBA equals to 90 degree. Why? This is tangent perpendicular to radius. Okay. So therefore if one angle of rhombus is 90 degree, it is a square. Okay. Therefore I can write quadrilateral ABOC is a square. Correct? So we are done with the sum number 4. So coming to question number 5, we can see here that quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, and this is a circle inscribed in the parallelogram. Okay, so this automatically becomes the tangent segments AE, AH, BE, BF, CF, CG, DH and DG. Okay, these are the tangent segments. Now what we have to find is we have to find AD. Okay, so for your information, because this is 4.5, this will also become 4.5. Tangent segments are equal. This will also become 5.5 as this is 5.5. So what remains is this. Okay, so what I'll do is first I'll take let DH is equal to DG equals to X. This I am taking X. Okay, and CF equals to CG equals to Y. This I am taking YY. What is the reason? Tangent segments drawn from an external point. Okay, they are tangent segments drawn from an external point. Now, because these are tangent segments, I can also write segment AE equals to segment AH is equal to 4.5 and segment BE is equal to segment BF is equal to 5.5. Okay, I can write here the common reason is this, tangent segments drawn from external point. Okay, now coming to this, I can write here AB is equal to CD to get one equation. AB is equal to CD. They are opposite sides of parallelogram. Okay, they are opposite sides of parallelogram. So I can write AB is what? AB is AE plus EB and CD is CG plus GD. Okay, so this is simple. 4.5 plus 5.5 is equal to x plus y. So I am getting one equation here. X plus y is equal to, what is the total here? 4 plus 6, I can write 10. This is the first equation I got. Okay, let us see what is this. Also I can write AD equals to BC. Okay, AD equals to BC. Why? Opposite sides of parallelogram. Okay, now AD I can write straight away. I am writing AD is AH plus HD and BC is what? BF plus FC. Okay, so AH is, it is 4.5. Okay, plus HD is how much? X. BF is how much? 5.5 plus FC is Y. Okay, so if I bring Y here, it will be minus Y and the constants I'll take in the RHS. 5.5 minus 4.5. So X minus Y equals to 5.5 minus 4.5 is 1. Okay, this becomes your equation number 2. Okay, very simple. I got two equations here. So if I adding equations 1 and 2, you can see x plus x will become 2x plus y minus y will get cancelled. Okay, equals to 11. Okay, so 2x is equal to 11. Therefore x is equal to 11 upon 2. Therefore x is equal to 5.5. Okay, we got x as 5.5. We have to find AD. Okay, so simply I'll write here AD is equal to AH plus HD. AH plus HD. So AH is 4.5. HD is X because we know X. X is how much? X is 5.5. So what is 4.5 plus 5.5? It is 10. Okay, so you got the value of AD as 10. So it is very simple. What you need is practice it 1 or 2 times and it will be very much clear to you. Okay, coming to the next one. In question number 6, it is given that the radius of bigger circle is 9 centimeter. So I am writing here this is 9 centimeter. Okay, and the radius of the smaller circle, you can see the smaller circle, it is 2.5 centimeter. Okay, so you know this much now. There are two circles with radii 9 centimeter and 2.5 centimeter respectively. Now what they have asked is to find the ratio of MS is to SR, which we will find in the end because they have told us to find that, hence find. So at last we have to find this. Then we have to find segment MT, which is very easy. If seg MR is 9 centimeter, so seg MT will also be 9 centimeter because they are radii of same circle. Okay, MR and MT, they are equal. Okay, so Therefore seg mt we got it is 9 centimeter. Okay, then we have to find seg mn. Very simple. I'll just write a very important construction here. We have to join ns. Okay, ns I'll join. N is the center of the smaller circle, and we have to find now mn. Seg mn is nothing but seg mt minus seg nt. Okay, mt minus nt. So mt is 9, nt is 2.5 centimeter, radii of smaller circle. So this comes to how much? 9 minus 2.5 is 6.5 centimeter. Okay, then coming to fourth one, angle NSM. Very simple, angle NSM equals to 90 degree. As this is the tangent, this is the radii, I'll simply write radius perpendicular to tangent. Okay, angle NSM equals to 90 degrees, correct? Now NSM is 90 degree. We have done this. We have to find MS is to SR, which is very simple. I'll first find what is MS. MS equals to, I need to find what is NR here. Okay, beg your pardon. You can see this right angle triangle. Okay, in triangle MSN, angle MSN equals to 90 degrees. This angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so therefore I can write mn square is equal to ms square plus ns square. Correct? This is 2.5 centimeter. Okay, and mn we don't know, but ms, do we know what is ms? Okay, ms is nothing but mn plus nt will give me mt. Okay, so as we know this here, mn is 6.5, so I'll write this 6.5 square equals to ms square we have to find, and ns square it is 2.5 square. Okay, so ms square is equal to 2.5 will go there, it will become 6.5 square minus 2.5 square. Okay, now you can do it by two ways. Either you can make the square and write the squares of these numbers, or you can do in a square minus b square form. So I am doing it in a square minus b square form. A plus b, a minus b. Okay, so 6.5 plus 2.5 is how much? It is 9 into 6.5 minus 2.5 is how much? It is 4. So 9 4s is 36. ms square we are getting 36. So what is ms? Ms will be 6. Okay, we are coming here. We found what is ms. And what is sr? No, sr is very simple. Because we know what is mr, mr is equal to ms plus sr. Okay, are you getting this? So this 9 is equal to ms is 6, so plus sr. So sr is equal to 9 minus 6, sr we got 3. Okay, now it is very simple to find what is ms is to sr. ms upon sr is equal to, ms is 6, sr is 3, so it is 2 upon 1. So that is equal to 2 is to 1. 3 ones are 3 2s are. So your answer is 2 is to 1. Okay, so the questions that they have asked, I'll just highlight it. They asked MT, so I'll highlight MT. They asked MN, so I will highlight MN. And they asked angle NSM, so that is 90 degree. And the last one is MS is to SR, so that is equal to 2 is to 1. All the answers you have to put a double dash. Okay, then. So question number 7 is more of a fill in the blanks type of proof, where I have written the proof as they have given in the textbook and we have to fill the blanks. Okay, so we have to prove radius XA is parallel to BY, which they have already written here. And first construction will fill this blank. Draw seg XZ, add seg YZ. Okay, so by theorem of touching circles, points X, Z and Y are collinear. Okay, they are collinear. Okay, and opposite angles, so very simple, angle XZA will be congruent to angle BZY. Okay, so let angle XAZ equals to dash equals to A, isosceles triangle theorem. So isosceles triangle theorem, I'll say this angle and this angle, so angle XZA equals to A, isosceles triangle theorem. Okay, and segment YB is congruent to segment, which segment? YZ. Okay, segment YB is congruent to segment YZ. What is the reason? I'll write here, isosceles triangle theorem. Okay, now what about this angle? Angle BZY is equal to angle ZBY equals to, I think so it should be B. Okay, so okay, this is also A because they are opposite angles. Okay, so from 1 to 3, angle XAZ, if this is A, this is A, this is also A, this is also A, so XAZ will be equal to this angle, angle ZBY. Okay, XAZ is equal to angle ZBY. Correct? So radius XA is parallel to radius YB. Why? Because it is forming alternate angles. Yes or no? They are forming alternate angles. So by alternate angles test, alternate angles test for parallel lines. Okay, these lines are parallel. Okay, so angle BZY equals to angle ZBY equals to A. So you can write here, this is what? This is also isosceles triangle theorem. Okay, so very easy, fill in the blanks. Okay, let us move on to the next question. Coming to sum number 8, we can see that Y is the center of the bigger circle, X is the center of the smaller circle, and Z is the common point of the two touching circles. Okay, they meet at point Z. Now what we have to prove is sec AX is parallel to sec BY, which is very easy. Okay, how are we going to do this? See, I'll write in triangle YBZ. You can see the bigger triangle. Can I say seg YB is congruent to seg YZ? Yes, because they are radii of same circle. Okay, they are radii of same circle. Now because YB is congruent to YZ, okay, now we can write angle YBZ is congruent to angle YZB. okay, equals to, let me take this as uh, letter S, or I'll take letter Q, okay, smaller q I'll take, okay. Why? This is isosceles triangle theorem, okay, point number 1. Similarly, I'll take the smaller triangle, angle y in triangle XAZ. You can see triangle XAZ, angle XAZ is equal to angle XZA equals to, okay, that will be also equal to q, because this is q, so this becomes q, okay, isosceles triangle theorem, and this is point number 2. So you can easily see from point number 1 and 2, these two angles are congruent, they become QQ. So angle XAZ, you can see this XAZ is congruent to angle YBZ, correct. This is from 1 and 2. Now because they are forming corresponding angles, aren't they? They are forming corresponding angles, okay. So when corresponding angles are congruent, the lines become parallel. Simply I can write, therefore seg AX is parallel to seg BY. This is what? Corresponding angles test for parallel lines. Okay, so with this we finish our 8th one. Let us move on to sum number 9. As you can see in sum number 9, RS is 12. Okay, so you know that perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle to the chord bisects the chord. Okay, that we'll do later on. But other thing given is Q is the midpoint of OP. So I'll just put identical marks here. That signifies that Q is the midpoint of OP. Okay, now find the radius of the circle. Okay, we have to find the radius of the circle. So what I'll do is first draw this OR. Okay, so to find radius, okay, so solution is first I'll write join OR. Okay, and what else is given is line L touches the circle with center O at point P. This was just wiped off, so I am writing it again. Q is the midpoint of radius OP. Okay, RS is the chord through Q such that this chord is parallel to line L. This is the very important point. Chord RS is parallel to line L. Okay, so if RS is 12, we have to find what is the radius of the circle. Okay, so I'll first simply write join OR, then angle OPT equals to 90 degree. Why it is 90 degree? Radius perpendicular to tangent. Okay, or you can simply write tangent theorem. Okay, this is point number 1. Okay, now because line L is parallel to chord RS, this is given. Okay, this line is parallel to chord RS, therefore I can write angle OPT is congruent to angle OQR. Correct? OPT is congruent to OQR. Why? They are corresponding angles. Okay, simple, they are corresponding angles, and because they are corresponding angles, I'll write OQR is also 90 degrees. Okay, now we are here where this becomes the perpendicular drawn to the chord. Okay, so can I write Therefore QR is equal to half of RS. Okay, OQ is the perpendicular. You remember that theorem we have done in 9th standard, perpendicular drawn to the chord. Okay, this is the perpendicular drawn to the chord. Therefore QR is equal to half of 12. So this becomes, QR becomes 6. Okay, centimeter is given, no, centimeter is not given, so I will not write it centimeter. QR is 6. Okay, so I'll take let radius is equal to 2x. Therefore OR is equal to 2x, correct? And OQ is half of radius, correct? You know Q is the midpoint, so it will be half of 2x. So OQ will be equal to x. You are clear with these three things? OQ is x, OR is 2x, and QR is 6. Okay, so I'm writing just here, this is 6, this is x, this is 2x. So now we can easily find x by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, just a moment. So in triangle OQR, angle OQR equals to 90 degree. Okay, and therefore OR square is equal to OQ square plus QR square. Okay, by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so OR square is 2x square is equal to x square plus 6 square. Okay, so this is 4x square equals to x square plus 6 square. X square will go here, it will become minus. Okay, 6 square I am writing 36. So 3x square is equal to 36. X square is equal to 36 by 3. Okay, so x square, you know 3 12 is 36. X square we got 12, so x I'll write root 12. What is further root 12 if I make it a third? Okay, mixed, it will be 4 3s. So 4 3s is 2 root 3. Correct? It is 2 root 3. Okay, so with this we have completed our 9th one. Let us see the other part of problem set 3 in the next video. Okay, goodbye.